Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A brother's triumph. In the sprawling universe of 1,000-Pound Sisters, where viewers have watched the ups, downs, and stunning transformations of the Slotin family for years, few journeys have been as quietly inspiring as that of Chris Combs. While the spotlight often shines brightest on Tammy and Amy, Chris has carved out his own meaningful path, one built on determination, grit, and a deep love for his family. And now, after months of silence and only glimpses from social media, Chris has surprised fans with a special public appearance that left people absolutely stunned. This wasn't just any cameo. This was a statement, a bold, powerful visual reminder of what happens when a person commits to a new life, a healthier future, and a vision of themselves they once thought impossible. With his massive weight loss transformation on full display, Chris showed up looking happier, healthier, and more confident than fans have ever seen him. Across social media, viewers reacted with shock, praise, and endless support. But behind the applause lies a deeper, more emotional story, a tale of struggle, determination, and a family bonded through their shared battles with obesity. This is the full story of Chris Combs' incredible journey, the special appearance that has fans buzzing, and why his transformation is so meaningful not just for him, but for the entire 1,000-Pound Sisters community. The humble fan favorite. When 1,000-Pound Sisters premiered, Chris wasn't originally expected to be a major character. He came in quietly, just a family support figure, a down-to-earth Kentucky man with a sense of humor that instantly resonated with viewers. What fans didn't expect was how quickly he would become one of the most beloved figures on the show. Chris brought balance. While Tammy and Amy navigated emotional storms, dramatic setbacks, and life-changing surgeries, Chris became the comic relief, the supportive presence, and the steady emotional anchor many viewers needed. But his appeal wasn't just personality. He was relatable. He was human. He was imperfect in a way that reminded everyone that weight loss journeys aren't glamorous. They're exhausting, emotional, and intensely personal. Yet even as he supported his sisters, Chris began confronting his own reflection. The truth was unavoidable. He was battling the same demons, facing the same risks, and feeling the same fears. Obesity ran deep in the Slotin family, not as a simple lifestyle choice but as a generational pattern, one reinforced by poverty, emotional trauma, and food as comfort. And Chris, like his sisters, was caught in its grip. But unlike many reality stars who chase attention or dramatics, Chris made a quiet, steady decision. It was time to save his own life too. The moment everything shifted. Chris had always been open about his weight struggles. At his heaviest, he hovered around 450 pounds, a number that worried his doctors and frightened his family. Diabetes, mobility issues, chronic pain. He was walking a dangerous tightrope. During filming, viewers saw Chris confront these realities head-on, starting his journey toward bariatric surgery. But what fans didn't see was the emotional shift happening behind the scenes. Chris had watched Tammy nearly lose her life. Amy struggled with health issues during pregnancy, and his own daughter, probably for the first time, expressed concern about his future. One simple moment, shown briefly in an episode, revealed the turning point. Chris couldn't play with his grandkids the way he wanted to. He couldn't get down on the floor. He couldn't keep up. Their laughter was a reminder of joy, while his aching body reminded him of everything he was missing. That's when the weight loss journey became more than a storyline. It became a mission. Chris vowed that he would not sit on the sidelines of his own life anymore. Small steps. Big courage. Every person on 1,000-Pound Sisters knows the truth. Weight loss isn't magic. It's slow, painful, and often discouraging. And Chris approached it the only way he knew how, with honesty, humor, and stubborn determination. He began with simple changes, cutting down on sugary drinks, switching to grilled instead of fried foods, taking slow walks around the neighborhood, checking his blood sugar daily. learning portion control. But even small steps felt enormous. Kris had lived decades inside a body built from emotional coping, Southern comfort foods, and habits passed down from generations. Undoing that wasn't easy. He slipped up. He admitted failure. He even broke down at times. But he never quit. Fans watched as Kris continued pushing toward the weight requirement needed for surgery. He celebrated milestones with his sisters. He compared weight loss to hog-tying a greased pig, a phrase fans still joke about. And at every step, he made it clear that he wasn't just doing this for himself. He wanted to be around for his family. The surgery that changed his life. Kris eventually qualified for bariatric surgery, a moment celebrated by fans, his sisters, and his doctors. His surgery became one of the emotional high points of the season, and viewers were moved by how realistic, raw, and vulnerable the moment felt. The surgery itself is never a cure, but it is a tool, something to support an entirely new way of living. Kris approached it like a warrior. His recovery was tough, but his outlook was tougher. He shifted to high-protein foods, drank more water than he ever thought possible, and slowly regained mobility. He documented his victories, including his first time buying clothes at a regular store, something he hadn't done in decades. One of the most touching moments came when he stepped on the scale and realized he'd lost over 100 pounds. His joy was contagious, his pride was real, and fans everywhere felt like they were part of the journey. But perhaps no moment in his weight loss journey has drawn as much attention as his latest, his surprise public appearance. THE's special appearance that shocked fans. For months, fans had wondered how Kris was doing. His social media had gone quiet, and updates on the show were limited. Rumors swirled that he was working on a big transformation, but nobody expected what came next. At a charity event hosted in Kentucky, a fundraiser for local families struggling with medical bills, Kris walked onto the stage as a featured guest, and the room absolutely erupted. People gasped. Phones went up instantly. The man standing before them barely resembled the Kris fans had met years earlier. He looked younger, happier, proud, healthier than ever. Wearing jeans, a button-up shirt, and a grin that stretched ear to ear, Kris was glowing. He'd clearly lost significantly more weight than the last time he appeared on TV, and his confidence was through the roof. Photos from the event showed a slimmer jawline, noticeably smaller waist, better posture, a boost of energy radiating from his face. Fans described him as unrecognizable, inspiring, and the definition of determination. But beyond his physical transformation, Kris surprised people by giving a short, emotional speech about how far he'd come. He talked about fear. He talked about hope. He talked about the moment he realized he wanted more from life than survival. And he thanked everyone who had cheered him on along the way. This was more than a public appearance. It was a victory lap. Social media explodes with love. Once videos from the event hit TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, the internet erupted. Fans had been craving updates, and the transformation they saw was beyond anything they expected. Some of the most viral comments included, "Kris looks amazing. This is the glow up of the year. This man deserves the praise. He worked so hard." The Slatton siblings are proof that change is possible at any age. "Kris, you just became my inspiration to start my own weight loss journey." Thousands of likes poured in. Hundreds of fan pages shared the photos. Even people who didn't regularly watch 1,000-pound sisters were stunned by how drastically Kris had changed. The best part? Kris responded to several comments, thanking fans and saying he was proud to show what consistency and faith can do. The family reacts. No journey in the Slatton family happens alone. Tammy, Amy, Amanda, and Misty all congratulated Kris publicly and privately. Their reactions were heartwarming, full of love, pride, and humor. Tammy Slatton, who has undergone her own life-changing transformation, reportedly told him, "You're finally catching up to me, bro. Chris laughed and said he didn't mind chasing her. After all, Tammy had become a symbol of perseverance after surviving her medical crisis and losing over 400 pounds. Amy Slatton shared, "Chris always had the biggest heart. Now he's got the health to match." Amanda Halterman, fiery and funny as always, joked, "Look at you, skinny legend. Don't go running off now, we won't be able to catch you." The Slatton siblings may bicker on camera, but behind it all is an unbreakable bond forged through hardship and survival. Chris's success felt like everyone's victory. WHYHIS transformation matters more than ever. Chris's weight loss isn't just a personal milestone, it has a ripple effect on the entire 1,000 Pound Sisters franchise and its audience. For years, the show has been criticized for focusing too heavily on chaos, drama, or embarrassing moments. But Chris represents something entirely different, a storyline built on hope, health, and genuine change. His transformation proves weight loss journeys don't end with surgery. Men also struggle with body image. Obesity isn't a moral failure, it's a medical, emotional, and lifestyle battle. Age doesn't make transformation impossible. Support systems matter. Real change is slow, but possible. His progress encourages viewers who feel stuck in their own lives. He reminds people that setbacks don't erase progress, and victories don't have to be loud to be meaningful. Chris's new appearance represents resilience, family love, discipline, and the courage to reinvent oneself. HOW Chris is maintaining HISNEW life. After massive weight loss, many reality stars struggle to maintain the changes. But Chris seems more focused than ever. Sources close to him and glimpses from the event suggest he has committed to an entirely new lifestyle. His routine now includes morning walks, low-carb, protein-rich meals, cooking at home instead of eating out, portion control, regular doctor check-ins, drinking more water, avoiding sugary drinks and snacks, staying active with family, emotional support from siblings. He often talks about how his mobility has improved. He can bend down easier. He can climb stairs without stopping. He plays longer with the kids. He feels less pain in his knees and back. He sleeps better. His blood sugar is more controlled. These changes aren't about appearance, they're about freedom. Chris is gaining back time, energy, and experiences that obesity once stole from him. Fans speculate about HIS future ONTHE show. After Chris's special appearance, many fans began wondering if his transformation will play a major role in the next season of 1,000 Pound Sisters. Rumors are swirling that producers plan to highlight his journey more prominently, especially since Tammy and Amy have already had their major transformation arcs. Chris brings humor, heart, stability, emotional vulnerability, authentic Southern charm. Many fans hope he becomes one of the main features of the upcoming seasons, especially since his journey now offers fresh momentum and positivity. Imagine a season focused on Chris's continued weight loss, his role as a motivator to siblings, his involvement in charity events, his health improving, his family relationship strengthening. Fans are rooting for it, and for him. What Chris said about HIS transformation. During his speech at the charity event, Chris shared a few powerful reflections that brought some people to tears. One of his most emotional lines was, "If I can do this at my age with all the mistakes I've made, anyone can. Don't give up on yourself before you see what you're capable of." He also admitted that he didn't always believe he could transform so dramatically. There were days when he felt defeated, days he felt stuck, and days he considered quitting. But his faith, his family, and his determination brought him back on track every time. He ended with, "I ain't done yet. This is just the beginning." That line alone set the internet on fire. A community inspired. Chris's transformation isn't just a story, it's a ripple effect. Thousands of fans have commented that his journey inspired them to start walking again, cut out sugary foods, talk to a doctor, consider bariatric surgery, believe in themselves, reconnect with family. Give weight loss another try. What Chris may not fully realize is that he has become a symbol of hope for people who feel too old, too stuck, or too discouraged to change their lives. Chris proved it's never too late. What's next for Chris Combs? While Chris hasn't made any official announcements, his special appearance has fans buzzing with theories. Possible next chapters include more TV appearances, a dedicated weight loss spin-off episode, motivational speaking, partnerships with health brands, a fitness journey vlog, collaborations with doctors or nutritionists. Chris is humble, so he may not be chasing fame. But fame might come knocking anyway, because people love him and his transformation is too big to ignore. A brother, a hero, a survivor. At the end of the day, Chris Combs didn't set out to become a celebrity or a transformation icon. He simply wanted to live longer, feel better, and be present for the people he loves most. But in doing so, he became a source of inspiration, a voice for men struggling with weight, a representation of resilience, a reminder that family can save lives, a beloved figure in reality TV. His story isn't dramatic or chaotic, it's real, it's human, and it speaks to anyone who knows what it feels like to want a better life but not know where to start. Chris started with small steps. Now he's taking giant strides. NEWERAFOR Chris Combs. Chris's special appearance after his massive weight loss marks a turning point not just for him but for 1,000-pound sisters as a whole. His transformation represents everything viewers hope to see: growth, hope, courage, and a path forward. The journey isn't over, and Chris knows that. But he's ready to take on new challenges, ready to live fully, ready to keep inspiring everyone who's watched him rise. And if this special appearance is any indication, the best chapter of Chris Combs' life is just beginning. Chris has earned this moment. Chris has earned this joy. Chris has earned this new life. And fans everywhere are cheering him on.